everybody. It is Dan, and it's been a while. It's time for the long-requested Mega Man Eternal Q&A 2! Yeah, I decided to trade in high-quality visual effects for a whiteboard. Let's just say my laptop is getting fixed right now, and it's all I've really got aside from Movie Maker kind of capabilities. Unless I want to code up some crazy graphics engine, but I don't feel like that, really. I've done enough exams for the last week. But it's time for Mega Man Eternal Q&A 2. Ha ha ha. Anyways, let's start our questions. Raging Banabo asks, "Hey ho, dude. Raging Banabo here with a question. About the staff role in Mega Man Eternal, will there be pics of Robot Masters in any Zaniac?" Oh, I'm failing at reading. In zany antics like in Mega Man 9. For example, like perhaps Clamp Man is having a weightlifting contest with Concrete Man. Now, to answer your question, the plan is probably no. Right now it's pretty well certain it's going to be a lot like Mega Man 5, which is just going to have the Robot Masters and have the credits. Because there is a cinematic thing that goes on before the ending, and then there's one thing that closes off it. Hope that answers your question. Now let's get to our next question. It is from 00 Yellowfish. Yellowfish asks, will there be a boss rush? Now to answer your question, the answer is, well, it depends what you mean by boss rush. Well, if it's meaning like the final round of stages, I guess it would be yes in some aspect, but it's going to be very different than your traditional Mega Man game where it comes down to where you just do a whole bunch of refights. It will be refights, but it will be in a very different fashion. Something a little different. But let's just say that stage is going to be evil as heck, to be honest. So even the most experienced player is going to have a good challenge with that fight. Oh my eyes are doing some really funny stuff here. Anyways, I hope that answers your question. Ochigawa asks, will you be putting any cheat codes in? Will there be an extreme mode? Do you already know the ending of the game? And if not, can I suggest some ideas? And finally, are you putting a Hydra in the first Wily Castle level? With the cat grin thing. I felt like standing up, so I don't know. I just felt like standing up. To answer your question, you will be dealing with a variety of cheat codes. Actually, some of them I've already released. If you become a fan of my Facebook page, so just look up Mega Man Eternal on Facebook. I put the very first cheat code out. There are more cheat codes. There is even if you are clever enough, there is a way to become invincible in the game. Yeah, let's just say there's another code for that one, but I'm not giving that one away anytime soon. Let's just say you gotta do a lot to get it. That's all I'm gonna say on that issue. Then you have to deal with, yeah, pretty much just look on my Facebook page. I left one cheat code there that will actually give you an alternative music for a stage. Actually, it's really kind of cool. In fact, you probably know the music. But anyways, before I get off topic, okay, so that's the answer to your cheat code question. So yes, there will be. Now, for extreme mode, probably not. The game's pretty much already coded in such a way that I can't really implement a secondary mode. I would literally have to revamp the entire engine, just based on the way I've set it up with all the enemies. But it wouldn't be bad to do that if I ever made another one. I'd totally do that, actually. And to answer your third question, yeah, totally. I already know the ending. I've already coded. Actually, I coded up the end cinematic like about 2 years ago. And yeah, I'm just waiting on a lot of things, and also trying to clean it up a bit, make it look nice. So yeah, to answer your question about the ending, yeah, I already know the ending. I've already done it. It's already done. And about the Hydra, if anybody's actually interested in designing an underwater Hydra for a stage, like this stage, aka the epic first Wily stage of the game. You can totally just, like, if you have my DeviantArt, I'll post a link down below for my DeviantArt page. And if you have a DeviantArt page and you wish to contribute anything, always open up for enemy ideas or contributions to the project itself. Yeah, so honestly, I'd consider it because it would be really dang awesome to have a cool underwater Hydra as a boss. Like, that would be pretty dang cool. So, yeah, totally, I would totally love to do that. So just, if anybody's interested in designing it, just either PM me or find me on DeviantArt. Ochigawa again asked another question. Gosh, sorry for another one, but will you release the soundtrack after the game is fully completed? I love all of them so far. Anyways, to answer your question, yeah, totally. They're all gonna actually be in there. They're all .ogg format. So, like, I'm not using any of the compressed formats or using the FamiTracker files. I'm just going .ogg everything. So you get the whole soundtrack when you download the game. Mega Man D1 asks, what happened to Quint? Was he a Mega Man killer too? It would be cool to have Sukang. Oh my, I'm failing at pronouncing things. Oh my, I'm just totally off today, aren't I? A Sakuganye base level or something. Yes, it's Mega Man 1.1 in the future, and Wily kidnapped, and in the future that Wily kidnapped from the future and reprogrammed to fight Mega Man, but it would be cool. Like, after beating him, have a climax revelation between Mega Man and Quint, and then future Proto Man saves and returns Quint to the future. I'm just saying. And just to add the additional, we have, and another idea. Then, Sakuganrai, if I'm mispronouncing this, just tell me, okay? You never know with this stuff. I've had people have names like Wang and things like that, and their names aren't really spelt the way that they would sound. But anyways, is left behind, then Dr. Light gets it and makes another adapter for Rush. Rush Pogo Masher, shorten it to RPM, and jumps higher than Rush Coil and can destroy Mega Man killing spikes. Mega Man maybe could one-hit kill Robot Masters, or maybe not. Anyways, to deal with this whole concern, because I've gotten actually a few people that have been kind of interested in this, why I decided to, people have noticed my soundtrack videos, I removed Quint out of them. Well, it's because Quint isn't a robot, he's not a Mega Man killer. This game is about the Mega Man killers and Dr. Wily joining up. Well, obviously Dr. Wily did something to bring them back, of course, but I can't reveal that at this given time. So what happens here is, Quint, honestly, it would be too difficult to change the plot at this point. Like, the game's pretty much well structured, and I'm just designing stuff at this stage, really. So it'd be kind of impossible for me to completely add this whole element that's like something that just doesn't fit in the whole picture. But it's an interesting idea, but it just seems a little bit off the wall. It could be a good idea if it was structured in such a way that you can actually have the story based around it. But at this point, no, it won't fit in this game at all. But I've been tempted to add Quint as an Easter egg battle. I'm not exactly sure yet. It might be included. Might be a mini boss, something. Quint's dead easy to beat. But yeah. And to your other point about the Pogo Masher, so using a Rush adapter. Actually, in this game, if I haven't mentioned or announced, really, Rush isn't actually in the game. Rush is actually a part of the story. So this game makes it a lot harder to beat based on the fact that you don't have Rush. Rush is gone from the element of this game. And that involves the plot. So you basically lost the whole element of Rush is gone from this game because Rush is missing. And that's the whole idea of this game, is that you're trying to save Rush, really. Like, that's one aspect of the whole thing, but there's another part to it. But hope that answers your questions or any concerns you've had. Harry Franz asks, will it feature a level editor? The answer, just in short, is no. There is no plan for level editor in this game. Maybe for a sequel or something. Because I would totally have no problems creating a level editor. I have, like, absolutely no problems. Now, I have a question here from... Now, watch me fail at pronouncing this, so please correct me, my friend. I am terrible at pronouncing things properly, depending on what it is. If it's Russian and things like that, I have no problem. Okay, let's see. That is... Let's try this. Let's take a stab. Okay, that's Sabank fan? If that's correct, just let me go. Let me know. He asked, will there be any unlockables when you beat the game? Excellent question. The answer is yes, totally. Actually, what I'm going to be doing is there will be 3 different things you can unlock when you beat the game, like depending on how well you perform. So, i.e., if you unlock everything, so you get all the thing I'll mention later. If you defeat everything, so i.e., you find all the secrets and everything, you get the best prize. And then there's going to be one based on speed, so how long it takes you to beat the game. And then there will also be one based on just if you beat the game or not. Here, I've asked a few questions over DeviantArt too, so I got a couple questions from there, from Raging Banabo again. I has a question, Danny, about Mega Man Eternal. I have been hearing comments by many people on YouTube saying that they like the old designs of Joltman and Scorchman better than my new designs. I.e., although it says better than the new designs of them, because Raging Banabo worked on these. So I thought of this question. Would it be possible to make the old designs of Jolt and Scorchman mid-bosses of the respected stages? To answer your question, it's a possibility, actually. I think it's a possibility, but the thing about it is, Scorchman's design, I don't know, he doesn't really seem much of a mini-boss, really, but, I've been considering doing a sequel to this, like, one day, and I easily could turn Scorchman's old design into Tiki Man, for instance. And Joltman can easily be Ohm Man. But I can always get somebody to make it look better. Because, to be honest, my designs are they're a little bit too big for the Mega Man style. Donut Yoshi asks, one small question about the programming. Are you using any engines or made one by scratch? I know you use GameMaker because I can tell what's made with what or that. Well, to answer your question, it's pretty straightforward. I made my own engine, I don't know, it's been at least 4 years since I made it. But it's been refined over the years, so it's been something I started working on when I was like a teenager. But it actually came out of my hobbies of making game engines. Like that's how I basically taught myself how to develop games. Like literally would just create engines from scratch. I'm using GameMaker just for the convenience, although I can easily use some more powerful engines, say Unity, which I'm planning to do eventually. But yeah, I built some of my own drivers and things like that. I had to adapt to newer ones because they decided to die off in version 8.1, which kind of sucks. But aside from that, I hope that answers your question. What will you do after Mega Man Eternal is finished? Excellent question, Gaming Cakes. Actually, I'm planning to work on a project that actually I worked on before Mega Man Eternal, but I'm going to be redoing the entire engine from scratch, and I'm going to be implementing it in a 2.5 platform style. It's a project called Elements, Fall of the Set. I have a 60-track soundtrack that's been fully made for the game itself, and it should be really awesome. It's a fantasy platformer game that has a lot of some RPG elements to it, but it should be a great game. Like, if you like Castlevania, and you like Mario games, and you like Zelda games, basically it plays, like, the idea and the concepts are they're very similar to, like, say if I mashed all these ideas together. But on that note, I want to say thank you for watching, and it was fun cooking this up, and answering your questions, and if you have any questions, just let me know, and have yourself a beautiful day.